Okay, for today's language arts lesson, we are working on character traits. And you're going to need your composition book. And you need the page that looks like this, character traits. And this page as well with a list of character traits. So on the screen, I am on resource slide number 8, and I'm going to also use number 9. But on resource slide 8, it says character traits. Now, this is what I want you to take notes on. And take notes, what you see in yellow, write it on the bottom, okay? Or if you have room on the top, you can write it on the top. But if you don't have room like me, write it on the bottom. So on the bottom, or on the top if you have room, please write in your composition book, character traits describe a character on the inside. This helps the reader get a better idea of what the character's personality is like as they're reading. And character traits could be both positive and negative. And that's what you see right there. But for now, just write what's in yellow underneath your character traits, or if you have room on top. Okay? Now, also take notes. Physical traits. We're not going to focus too much on physical traits in our composition book today, but I just want you to know the difference between character traits and physical traits. So please take notes on the bottom of your composition book as well. Physical traits are a little different. Physical traits describe a character's appearance on the outside. For example, hair color, glasses, tall, short, etc. This helps the reader get a better idea of what a character looks like, so you can visualize the character as you read. Okay, so together, between physical traits and character traits, that is how an author helps you as a reader to get to know the character. Okay, physical traits, what they look like, as well as character traits, what they're like on the inside, what their personality is like. Now, what I want you to do is on the inside of, open up the flaps in your composition book. On one side, please write positive. On the other side of the flap, open it up and please write negative. And what I want you to do is go to the next page in your composition book, and it's right here, slide number 9 on our resource slide. This is a list of sample character traits. Now, of course, this is not a complete list. This is a list, but there's many more character traits, but this is just a sample list of some character traits. So let me read some to you. Able, active, adventurous, affectionate, demanding, dependable, depressed, determined, hopeless, humorous, ignorant, imaginative, impatient, restless, rich, rough, rowdy, rude, sad, safe. What I want you to do is in your composition book, I want you to find some examples of positive character traits and negative character traits. So I want you to find at least 5 to 10 positive, find 5 to 10 negative character traits. Now, we have a sample for you right here, so don't choose any of these. So here are some positive character traits. So they would be traits such as clever, fair, grateful, polite, reliable, tolerant. Now, think of it as traits that you would want to be known by. Okay, so those are positive, good character traits. Here are some examples of negative positive negative character traits, sorry. Annoying, careless, evil, lazy, selfish, thoughtless. Now, I mean, you don't want any of these character traits for yourself, but I want you to go through the list in your composition book, look through the list, and look for 5 to 10 positive and negative traits, and please list them in your composition book. Okay? Now, after doing that, I'm going to show you your assignment. So your homework assignment for character traits can be found in your assignments slideshow for Springboard Unit 2, and it's on slide numbers 12 and 13. So the directions say, review the following character traits and determine if they are positive or negative. Put an X in the correct box. So for slide 12, we're going to be focusing on character traits. So we're going to determine if those character traits are positive or negative. So number 1, Samson was so lazy that he spent every day watching TV, even when he had chores to attend to. So the bolded word, lazy, that's the character trait that we're looking at. You need to determine if it's a positive trait or a negative character trait. And we don't like being lazy, so it's definitely a negative. Oops. It's definitely a negative character trait. Okay, so we're putting an X in that box. It says above, number 2, above all else, Timmy was loyal. Once he was your friend, he was your friend forever. Okay, so we're looking at the bolded word loyal. And loyal, yes, it is a positive character trait. Now for slide 13, so you're going to do the same. You're going to continue on slide 12 and finish all 10 character traits, determining if it's positive or negative. For slide 13, you're going to look at the, it should say character trait, physical trait right here. You're going to look at the physical trait. I think it should say character or physical. Or it should just say trait. Okay, how's that? Okay, so it says directions. Review the following and determine if the words in bold are physical traits or character traits. Put an X in the correct box. Okay, so you remember in our composition book, we took notes on the difference between character traits and physical traits. Okay, remember that yellow box at the top? Character traits, you don't see it. It's not visible. It's it's a person's personality. It's what's on the inside. Whereas physical traits are their appearance, what they look like on the outside. Okay, so number 11, the clever little boy built a tower from playing cards and paper towel tubes. So we're looking at the bolded word clever. So clever is a character trait because that's not an appearance thing. Can't see someone's, it's not not a physical trait that they have. Number 12, Sammy was weak from hunger and fatigue. Now weak is a physical trait because you can see that someone is weak. Okay, so please continue and do 11 to 20, focusing on character traits and determining whether they are physical or character traits. And that's it for this lesson. Thank you very much.